Finally, the quart jars of spaghetti sauce, the 14 of them, have successfully completed the canning process. 50 minutes under boiling water, and now they are well sealed. It was like music to my ears when I heard the lids pop tight and form a concave dimple on the top of the jar. They were placed on a towel on top of a cutting board where they cooled and now are ready to be stored on my shelves. But first, there are just a few more steps to this process. I need to make labels for these jars like I did for this one a while ago. This says the date, the month and the year, and it says marinara sauce. Some people who can at this point like to remove the rims from the jars and store them that way, perhaps wanting to use the rims on other jars that are going through the water bath process. The rims are not really necessary, but they do prevent the owner from accidentally bumping the lid and compromising the seal. And also, some people like to store the jars one on top of the other, like that. And again, the rim protects the lid from buckling if the jar on top is only touching the rim. You want to store the jars in room temperature, some area that is relatively cool in your house, not warm. If you store it in a warm area like a hot garage, you run the risk of heating the contents and popping the seal, and that would be a disaster. If the jar has some stickiness to it, well, just wipe it off with a wet rag. That sometimes happens. And likewise, you can wipe off the grayish white scale that may have formed on your jars from our great Midland alkaline water. Or next time, just put a tablespoon of vinegar in your water bath canner. Now, you'll hopefully see how easy it is to grow your own delicious food, batch cook it, and then preserve it for a future easy meal by canning it. And you can also see that I have only used half of the tomatoes that I had on my shelf at the beginning of the process. In a couple of days, I'll do another batch. This is the time of the year when I can about 30 quarts a week up until mid to late June. Last year, I easily canned 175 quarts. So, now we come to a time of questions and hopefully good answers. If I do not know the answer to your question, then I probably know the person or the place where you can find an answer. So let's begin our Q&A.